If you are looking for the best routine just before you go to bed so you can have the best sleep possible, you'll love this video. We're going to talk about a 3-minute routine just before you go to bed so you can sleep well and wake up refreshed. If you're watching for the first time, who am I? I am Dr. Sandy. I'm a practicing doctor of chiropractic in Mississauga. It's been over 20 years. And if you've been watching my videos for some time, welcome back. Let's just jump into it. So I wanted to talk about this issue. This is really, in my opinion, like a part 2 to a previous video, kind of how to start the day. And this is more how to end the day. And as always, I'm trying to learn to help my patients so they can get the best results. I'm also on this journey. I want to say, how can I take care of myself as well? So for years, I've obviously been teaching my patients about the value of stretching. I think we all know that it's valuable. It's something we should do. It's great for the spine. And if it's good for the spine, it's going to be good for the nervous system, which is good for the brain. So we want to do this. There's really no way around it. And especially, I'm going to say, we should be doing this throughout our lives. And especially as we get older, we need to make time for ourselves. There's no way around it. I know we're all busy, but we just need to make time for ourselves. And I think 3 minutes before you go to bed, I don't think that's a big ask. This video will be structured around that, but I'm going to give you additional things you can also do if you have more time before you go to bed, because I really believe if we can really make that nighttime a special time, a time to repair, a time to reflect, I really believe the next day is just going to be even better. And also, by the way, as I make this video, I'm a work in progress. I'm learning. I'm just trying to get better. So please, I realize I'm also on this journey with you. So let's get right to it. So if we're literally down to about 3 minutes, we want to be efficient, something to help the body. All I would ask is this time we're going to do static stretching. So let me stop there for a second. So for years, I've been teaching my patients to stretch and hold, because that's what I was taught with the research. And while that's amazing, what I'm starting to learn is that with dynamic stretching, where you're doing more reps, that's kind of like let's say you're going to do a workout. Before you're going to play tennis or golf or any activity, you should do some movement. And you don't want to be holding, you want to do something more dynamic. So you're going to warm up the body, you're moving your arms, you're more in motion before you do the physical activity. You play the activity, you do your thing, and then when you're done, that's where you're going to hold, which is called static stretching. So dynamic is like the warm up, static stretching is like the cool down. Both are valuable. And I gotta be honest, I think my focus for years was on the static side, and I've just been researching and learning about the body. And one thing I'm going to suggest to you or my patients is to look into, and again, I always make these videos and I want to inspire you. If it resonates with you, if you're comfortable and you feel good, try that. And if you have a routine and you're like, I'm good, that's awesome. I'm not gonna force anything. You should just do what makes you happy. But I think even in exercise and fitness, things can kind of get mundane. It's kind of the same thing, and we should look for ways to keep it fresh so we're engaged. So the stretch for going to bed is all going to be about static stretching. This is my suggestion to you. So this is the stretch and hold before we go to bed. This promotes more recovery, whatever we've done throughout the day. So to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to go forward. Classically, we call this like a child pose, but we're going to go forward and hold. I would like to recommend that golden number of 30 seconds. Depending on your body, and the golden rule is it should feel comfortable for you. You may only do 10 and you go, that's my limit. You might do 45 or a minute. See what works for you. And also I want to teach this to everyone is that I think a lot of patients, they may do a morning stretch and then they're stretching at like 6 p.m. I'm throwing out a hypothetical, and they go to bed at 10. Also, I want to teach you is that you can do that if you choose, but you do need to do a stretch before you go to bed. So I would like that, maybe at 10:45, you're doing a few stretches and you're trying to sleep by 11. So try to stretch as close as possible before you go to bed. So we start with that child pose. We're going to hold for about, 30 seconds. That's kind of a general number I would recommend. And then we're going to do the complete opposite. And we're going to go all the way back. Again, hold for about 30 seconds. And there's a rationale for this. We're going into the major movements of the human spine, helping the nerve system. So we want to go forward, of course. We should be able to go back comfortably as far as we can. Then the rotation movement, which would be as far as I can, and not just moving the neck. And if that's all you can do, I respect that. But if you can actually, when I tell my patients too, when you rotate, if I do this properly, not only am I feeling it in my neck, I'm actually feeling it in my lower spine if I'm doing it properly. So I'm going to go as far as I can, hold for about 30 seconds, go the other way, hold again for about 30 seconds. And again, you may want to get your hands involved as well. It can kind of just help you move even further, I find, right? So what have we done? We've gone forward, back, we've done rotational movements, and then we want to do a side-to-side movement. And again, you know, I'm flexible with the sequence, but if we could even do that. So again, I'd hold for about 30 seconds and 30 seconds. So if I do the math, 30 seconds here, 30 seconds backward, 30 seconds side to side, and then 30 seconds rotation. So that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movements at 30 seconds is 180 seconds. 180 divided by 60 is 3 minutes. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, holding each for 30. That whole thing should take about 3 minutes. We want to do this just before we go to bed. So, and again, I'm doing this on the ground. I have my trusty red mat that I'm on. So you can do that. Now you can see over here, which I mentioned in the previous video as well. Now, one thing I am doing that's pretty cool. Here's another suggestion, even before you get into bed. So now it's like you're kind of doing a couple of times stretching actually in the evening. You kind of want to change your family room up a bit. And again, this is up to you, but this is my suggestion. I would have a mat in the family room. So obviously there's not a party and there's no guests coming or anything like that. And just keep it there. So maybe at the end of the night when you're with the family, watching your favorite TV show, that's on the ground and it'll remind you to stretch. And you can stretch while you're with the family. And you know, now that I think about it too, with my family, we might buy some more mats because I want to encourage the whole family to maybe stretch while we're watching TV or just hanging out. Another tool I was going to say as well, I think I mentioned in the previous video, is having this exercise ball. So this exercise ball is very cool. It's just something like, for example, if I'm watching TV with my family, what I've been doing just lately is just like kind of literally sitting on this and just bouncing. It kind of just relaxes the spine from whatever you've done throughout the day. And especially if you have a job where you have been sitting most of the day, this is something easy, gentle. Just do this for a few minutes. You'll be shocked. You'll sit on this and you'll end up sitting there maybe for half an hour just watching your favorite TV show. So this is a powerful tool. Also, one of my favorite things with this ball, it just feels great, is just getting that ball and then just putting your hands on it and then just going forward. And these balls, again, of course, Amazon, Walmart, Canadian Tire, very, very, I think, honestly, I don't know, I'm going to say like $15, very inexpensive. I've inflated it probably to about 80%, so it has some give. Very powerful tool. I guess I'll just show you this too. So let's say you've been sitting on the computer, you have tightness in the neck and stuff. And again, use your discretion if you feel comfortable with this. Also using this ball, which you can do, you can have it supported against maybe in this, like in your family room, like a couch or something. And then what you can do is just go there, you're on the ball. And then what you can do is you're just gonna lean against this and we can have the arms out. This feels like so amazing. Really opens up the chest area, the pectoral muscle groups, helps with the shoulders. So we're just doing this. And again, this is just like, I think what's happening, why I made these videos is, you know, I talk to my patients and like, I got a lot going on. I can't stretch, no time. I think we need to start integrating our stretches with things we're already doing. And also, I would also encourage, like, do that. Like I've talked to some patients too. So if you're going to pray, for example, multiple times in the day, do your prayers and then add the stretch routine to it. You're obviously going to brush your teeth twice a day. So after you finish brushing your teeth, do a stretch. You're going to brush your teeth at night. Just do a stretch. And I'm showing you all these different components. If you're really, really short on time and you're like, I can't do anything, Dr. Sandy, then literally as a bare minimum, I would like brush the teeth. And then if you're comfortable, of course, just putting your hands on the counter and then just leaning forward. Or add all the stretches I've just shown you today. My personal favorite, which really just opens up the spine, would be the child pose. So just, you know, leaning forward and just doing that as a bare minimum. Please do something. So this is like showing you the bare minimum stretches you can do. Play with the time. Always remember the golden principle. You should feel good, refreshed. And the benefits again, why do you want to stretch as close as possible before you go to bed? You're going to be more relaxed. The muscles are just going to have a chance to kind of go through a reset. You'll be comfortable if you sleep, which means a deeper sleep. Did you also know when you stretch and we're doing these things, we're releasing tension, it's actually good for the mind. So if you're stressed or anxious, doing some stretches before you go to bed is huge. Because for a lot of us, before we go to bed, we're thinking of stuff. Maybe something's on our mind. Maybe we're thinking about tomorrow. So doing this actually tells the mind and body that it can relax, which I think is critical. I guess what I'm going to say, that's the basics. Now, let's say you're like, you know what, I probably have, you made this video about 3 minutes. Doing a stretch routine. I have more time, Dr. Sandy. I think I could do 10. I think I could do 15 minutes. I might even have half an hour. So if you have extra time, I wanted to make some extra suggestions. I would highly encourage, and again, whatever works for you, depending on your faith, meditation, prayer, deep breathing, whatever works for you. It's a very personal thing. But taking that time, I think, for the mind to reflect, to get reconnected, however that works for you, I think that would be powerful. So your nighttime routine might be 2-3 minutes of just deep breathing, meditation, prayer, and then you do some stretches. It might be 5 minutes of meditation, prayer, and it could be, a couple of minutes of the stretching, whatever works for you. So you may want to dedicate more time on that meditation, prayer side. It might be more on the physical side, but customize for you. Work with it. See what kind of it makes you happy, and measure how you sleep, and then measure how you feel in the morning. You should be looking at those things. Another thing as well, I think, again, a lot of patients will say that mental chatter, like it's just my mind doesn't stop, Dr. Sandy. So the big thing I would do as well, I'm a huge advocate of journaling. So before you go to bed, just getting things out on paper. And I always tell my patients, like, don't show anyone, just get it out on paper. So it's uncensored, but don't show it to anyone. If that helps you, you may want to draw things like that. Maybe what will give you peace of mind is just for 2-3 minutes is organizing the next day, just saying these are the main things that have to get done. I have to call that person, whatever. I think that would be helpful. Another thing I would highly recommend, I wouldn't drink gallons of water, but maybe a few sips of water before you go to bed. And then I love to have a glass of water beside me when I sleep, because I do find at night, like, it gets dry. I love having that water there. And then the other good thing is if you have that glass of water there first thing in the morning, that's going into your system, which is huge because most of us dehydrate at nighttime. Another last thing I guess I'll close up with, excuse me, is just to kind of tie this all together. One thing I've done, these are kind of new things I'm just experimenting with. There's a song that I absolutely love, and it's really soothing, it's relaxing. So I'm starting to play that at nighttime, and it's kind of becoming this trigger because the mind likes anchors, it likes triggers. So I'll play that song, and it's kind of reminding me that, hey, I should be winding down. It relaxes me. You can maybe have that going when you stretch, but maybe it's water sounds, nature sounds, but you should have a couple of songs or a couple of sounds that you like to listen to. I would turn it on, and it's telling your body that, okay, let's get ready for bedtime, do your stretches or whatever. So you can actually have a lot of fun with this, and that's what I want. And it depends what season you're in. So if you're watching this video and you have little kids, like fresh kids, like they're like 6 months old, and they're like, oh my God, no one's sleeping, it's chaos, it's going to be tough. I would still say, as soon as they sleep, try to do some stretches, and you might have a very, very short window to have a nighttime ritual. Or you might be listening to this and saying, like, I have a lot of time, Dr. Sandy. Everyone's gone. It's just me and my spouse, or just a few people in the house, but everyone's adults. I have a lot of free time. I don't know what to do at nighttime. Your nighttime ritual might be half an hour. It might be an hour. So I wanted to make this video because I like to study different things, and I've seen people say, you need to do this and you need to do this. And I think the real answer is you need to customize. You get that principle and say, well, I see what you're kind of saying, but this is what works for me at this time in my life. And maybe 6 months from now, or a year from now, it'll change. But I know, like, when my kids were younger, that takes more energy. They're getting older, they're more independent. So I'm in a different season as well, right? So I hope this inspired you. The intention is to say, make time before you go to bed for yourself. Do some stretching. I try to make it easy as possible. And if you have some time, we went over some additional things. Prayer and meditation, I'm always going to advocate for that as well. So I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions about any health related issues and you just have a general question, reach out to our office. My office is available at 905-896-3393. My name is Dr. Sadie. You just have a general question. But if you're kind of ready to go to the next level and you're just curious, we do offer a free spinal checkup. And I say free, but I really do think it's a valuable checkup. So we'll obviously take your history. Physically, I'll check the spine, but we have this amazing software that does a full analysis of the nerve system, which controls the whole body. And it's a chance for you to say, hey, where am I at? Can chiropractic help me? Am I in the right place or not? So I'm going to do my best to analyze. You can get that information. It's complimentary. It's free. You can do with it what you want. I'll give you my opinion, but it's your call from there. So if you have a question, you want to book that checkup, maybe it's for you or someone you care about. Again, we're available at 905-896-3393. The website is gopowerflow.com. I hope you have a fantastic life. I hope your morning ritual, your nighttime ritual, everything's going great, that you have an amazing life. Please watch these videos. We're going to make more content to make your life better. And as always, God bless you.